One of the most profound principles of life capable of completely reshaping our future is the mirror principle. This profound change isn't tied to any specific method or technique that requires immediate action. It's about who you aspire to become. For instance, if your goal is to be a millionaire, the reality is you must first embody the mindset of a millionaire before it shows up in your life. Otherwise, you'll end up bouncing from one situation to another, thinking the issue lies within you. The first lesson here is, unless you change from the inside, nothing will shift externally. This is the core message of the mirror principle. Mastering this concept will cause everything you engage with to flourish. But this requires facing your inner struggles, seeing your reflection even when it's uncomfortable. If you're genuinely ready for a life-altering shift, this video is for you. In it, I'll also introduce you to a powerful exercise I still practice today. So today, let's dive into this principle and how it can truly transform your life. Life reflects how you interact with yourself and the world, or with reality as a whole, your inner world and the outer one. What do I mean by that? Let's revisit the example of becoming a millionaire. If your relationship with money is based on a belief that you're incapable of generating wealth or not good at it, then life will say, "Oh, is that what you believe? Fine. Here's more proof that you can't succeed with money." Consequently, life will keep showing you circumstances that reinforce this belief. Therefore, I want you to remember this essential idea. The outer world is merely a projection of the image, which in essence represents our internal world. If we observe the world around us, it's evident that most people are increasingly caught up in the chaos of the external world, distracted by technology, social media, and the fast pace of daily life. Many have lost touch with their inner wisdom, that deeper part of themselves they once understood. So let's explore 4 crucial keys that can help you mold reality according to your desires. When we study concepts like the law of attraction, one of the common themes is that reality acts like a mirror, and often we try to manipulate that reflection. The first critical key to the mirror principle is realizing that reality mirrors 2 things: your self-perception and your relationship with the world around you. In simpler terms, what you see reflected in reality is a direct projection of how you see yourself and how you interpret the world. If you think you're not good enough, the mirror will simply confirm that belief. "I'm not capable, I can't achieve this." The mirror will reply, "You're right, here's more proof of why you can't." The reflection mirrors the thoughts you communicate to it. In a way, reality is like a trusted companion, always ready to affirm what you believe. So, instead of attempting to manipulate the reflected image, the key is to change the image we present to the mirror. It's similar to influencing a person. When we bluntly tell someone, "Don't do that," it often results in them doing the exact opposite. But if we choose to inspire them, explaining the negative consequences and offering reasons to avoid those actions, they are more likely to listen and be persuaded. So our approach is to influence our reality indirectly. The mirror of reality magnifies what you believe to be true about yourself, your identity, and your perception of the world. Always remember, this is one of the most essential insights. Now, how do we change this? How do we interrupt this cycle and consciously create what we want? You need to construct your identity and worldview, your paradigm. To illustrate this, let me share an example on how to build your identity. First, you need to clarify what you want in the long term. Picture yourself 10 years from now. What activity do you see yourself doing every day? What elements in your life lead to continuous personal growth? Then ask, who am I now? What traits and qualities do I possess to achieve these things? This step is vital. Next, consider your worldview. How do you perceive the world as you live this future reality? How do you see the world when you are in this experience? Take a moment to create powerful affirmations. Start with affirmations about your identity, such as, "I am deserving. I attract abundance because I carry within me the transformative power of an alchemist." Then, move on to affirmations about the world. For example, The world aligns in my favor. Everything happens in its perfect time according to divine order. As you commit to these affirmations and internalize them, get ready to witness an extraordinary shift. The way you perceive reality in the world around you will begin to change right before your eyes. Even if your desires seem out of reach today, that doesn't mean they'll be unattainable tomorrow. Everything requires time, practice, and patience. So honor your own pace, but don't let fear prevent you from pursuing greatness. Take some time to engage in this exercise. It holds the potential to completely transform your life. Now let's proceed to key number 2. What you need to understand is that the reflections we observe in the physical world form with a certain delay. Why? Here's the reason. In our inner world, we can create an image instantly, just by closing our eyes and visualizing our desires. That's how it operates in that dimension. But in the physical realm, the third dimension, things manifest more slowly because of the dense nature of matter. Matter cannot defy the laws of nature for instant manifestation. So this leads to the next key. You must hold your belief long enough for it to materialize. What does this imply? It means you must stay committed to the identity and worldview you've established until your goal manifests. Whatever you aim to become, begin by adopting the identity of someone who is already living that. Ask yourself, how would that person behave and maintain that identity long enough? An intriguing pattern emerges when people start to experience this process. They recognize that life has its ups and downs. They form a belief, an identity, expecting the goal to manifest. But when it doesn't happen right away, their spirits drop and their belief weakens. Oddly enough, once their mood hits rock bottom, their desire suddenly materializes. However, this new reality mirrors the earlier negativity with a delay, causing it to deteriorate again. This creates a wave-like cycle in life, and you cannot avoid it. You go through highs and lows, and this pattern keeps repeating. The solution is to stay loyal to the identity and worldview you've crafted, as this is the most reliable way to foster long-lasting transformation in your life. Now on to the next key. One that has had a profound impact on my life and that I apply daily. What's essential to grasp is that reality doesn't reflect the emotion behind your thoughts, but the purified content of those thoughts. Let me clarify. If you continuously express dissatisfaction, but with specific content like, I hate my job, I hate my boss, I hate paying bills, the mirror doesn't reflect the emotion of hate, but reflects the particular content you're focused on. For example, I hate the bills. The result? You'll receive more bills. I hate my job, and more situations will arise to fuel your dissatisfaction with work. This is exactly how it unfolds. The more you focus on what you don't want or don't have, this will continue to be reflected in your life, providing more evidence to reinforce your worldview and identity. This is the key distinction between having a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. It's all about whether you view the glass as half full or half empty. The secret to applying this in your life is simple. Focus on both what you desire and what you already possess. To bring about any kind of change, you must begin by concentrating on what you currently have, everything you own, the strides you've made, your wonderful family, and the things you aspire to have. Just pause for a moment and ask yourself, what do I really want? What would make my life feel like a true journey of discovery? How would that look? How would it feel? The image can be vague, as long as you're focused on your desires. By doing this, and continuing to focus on what you want, the gap between where you are now and where you want to be starts to close, as you begin pushing the limits of your comfort zone. So that's key number 3. Now let's move on to key number 4. Finally, we have the mirror cycle. This will alter your life forever, because once you learn how to manipulate this mirror cycle, you'll no longer feel uncertain about your actions. You will literally witness reality shifting in front of you, It all begins with observation. So what's the negative mindset you've held onto in the past? All those complaints, bad experiences, or unconscious choices you've made, that's the present moment. When you observe the present, whether it's bills you're struggling to pay or a job you're dissatisfied with, this observation helps form your internal image or attitude. By image, I mean the inner attitude, thoughts, and emotions that we project to the mirror of reality. Once we create that image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it, forming reality according to the image we send out. However, what typically happens is that most people look at the reflection and get stuck in the cycle. It's an addictive loop. People watch the reflection and remain trapped in the pattern, thinking, "Why does this keep happening to me? I don't know what I'm doing wrong." They then resort to trying new strategies, whether in business or life, and while they may feel a burst of excitement at first, they eventually fall back into the old pattern because they haven't changed internally. But here's what's crucial to understand. No lasting change occurs unless there's a shift in identity and worldview. The way to break free from this is by reversing the process. For most people, the cycle starts with observation, then creation, followed by reflection. This is the default cycle for those who feel controlled by their circumstances. But to become a creator of your own reality, you must reverse this. I speak from experience. There was a time in my life when I was stuck in this very cycle. But when I learned to reverse it, everything shifted. Instead of starting with observation, you start by choosing the image you want to form. You stop focusing on the reflection or the current reality because you begin to understand that what's around you now is just a result of past decisions. Without this realization, nothing will change. To shape tomorrow, I consciously choose today. We start with the image. When we choose an image and declare, "This is what I desire, and this is what I have," the mirror has no choice but to reflect that little by little. Even small changes begin to manifest gradually, though there's often a delay. So what's the next step? Instead of observing, we start confirming. We glance at the mirror and acknowledge what's working. When we see the reflection, we think, "Oh, that's happening. It's working." If you want more confidence, you'll start to notice people responding more positively to you over time. If you wanted to improve some part of your career or business, you'll observe gradual improvements. Even when it feels like your whole world is falling apart, you must focus only on what confirms the identity and worldview you've chosen to embrace. The key is to keep going. The more you do it, the more it evolves into something beyond your imagination. By applying these principles, your life will change completely. Friends, this is real. I've applied this myself, and I'm sharing it with you because it worked for me. Early on in my spiritual journey, I doubted its validity, but once I saw the results, I was blown away. The things I desired started coming to me, often exceeding my expectations. As we venture deeper into the mirror of reality, we uncover a power within us that's easy to overlook. The world we see around us is merely an echo of our beliefs, identity, and perceptions. But here's the secret to transformation. Instead of merely observing reality, we must shape our destiny by forming the image of who we want to be and what we want to achieve. As we create this new image, the mirror of reality responds with small, gradual shifts. This mirror knows no limits. It simply reflects whatever we project onto it. Just like an alchemist turning lead into gold, we can transmute our lives by adopting a mindset of abundance, focusing on both what we have and what we want. In the end, this journey through the mirror of reality is a quest for truth within ourselves and a celebration of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. I hope this knowledge becomes a guiding light on your path, helping you craft the reality you dream of. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they too can benefit from this message, and feel free to comment below with your thoughts, reflections, or experiences. Thanks once again for watching, and I'll see you soon.